So thank you. These past weeks, many of us have watched events unfold in Minneapolis and beyond, and we have felt the ground shift under our feet. Everybody take a deep breath and let it out. We can talk, you can hear, we'll continue to talk. Breathe in, let it out. We have said the names Renee, Nicole, Good, and Alex Pretti, and we have struggled with the same question echoing in so many Jewish hearts. How can this be happening here? And what does our Jewish tradition ask of us now? This, my friends, is not a partisan question. It is a Torah question. We are living in a moment when the enforcement of immigration law is too often carried out with fear-based tactics and unnecessary escalation, and in ways that endanger life. Whatever our politics, whatever our opinions about policy, this is not okay. When people are grabbed as they are showing up for their immigration hearings, when people with extended DACA status are languishing in lockups, when children are left alone as their parents are grabbed up, when force escalates and lives are lost, something sacred is being violated. And the Torah does not let us shrug it off. No less than 36 times in Torah, some say 46, the Torah commands us to welcome and care for the stranger, the ger. Torah repeats it again and again to make sure we don't miss it. Why so much repetition? Because our central story as a Jewish people is ger hayiti be'eretz Mitzrayim. We too were strangers in the land of Egypt. The Torah says it plainly again and again here in Deuteronomy. Ve'ahavtem et hager ki gerim hayitem be'eretz Mitzrayim. You shall befriend the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Deuteronomy 10:19. Now I know this room. I love this community. I love you all when we agree. I love you all when we don't agree. And we don't all agree about many things, including perhaps immigration policy. I'm not asking for uniformity. I'm asking for covenant. Because even if we differ on policy, I believe we can find common ground on three things that are not political, they are moral. Due process, number one, due process and clear warrants. Number two, de-escalation and dignity instead of fear-based tactics and harsh intimidation. And three, transparent accountability, especially when lives are taken. A society can pursue safety and order and still insist on dignity, due process, and restraint. Look, law enforcement has a hard job, and standards matter most when stakes are life and death. Whatever our views are, we should be able to say together, this is how a society honors human dignity. This week we are in the opening of arc of the Exodus, the story of a people learning what it means to go from narrowness to freedom. My friend Rabbi Sharon Sobel shared with us a midrash that has been ringing in my ears. She says, remember, the Torah describes in Exodus 1:13 that the Egyptians imposed harsh labor on the Israelites, befarech, meaning ruthlessly. The rabbis hear in the word farech a warning. They split farech into two words, fa, or peh, mouth, and rach, meaning gentle. Oppression can begin with gentle speech, with soothing language, with slogans that sound reasonable. Even slogans like, deport the criminals, deport the drug cartel members. Who would not want that for safety? But Torah goads us to watch what happens next. It commands us to look at who gets swept up, who treated as disposable, who gets denied dignity, due process, and sometimes life itself. The Torah warns us, do not let smooth speech become the gateway to cruel outcomes. And that is why Torah insists on something more than good intentions. Torah demands moral clarity. You know, the Torah says that every human being was created b'tselem Elohim. It says it right here on our ark. Every human being is created in the image of God. Not citizens only. Not only people who look like us, pray like us, speak like us. No, it says every human being. And we also need to say out loud that Renee and Alex are not the only names of people lost. There were black and brown neighbors who died too, whose names rarely reach our lips. People like Victor Manuel Diaz and Geraldo Lunes Campos, and still more whose names we do not know at all. Part of what fear does, as Rabbi Lana says, is erase. Torah, however, refuses erasure. And then comes the big image of this week's Torah. The sea in front of us, danger behind us, and panic up in our throats. The Israelites cry out not because they are faithless, but because they are human. And the Midrash teaches that the sea did not split until someone steps forward, until Nachshon walks into the water, an Israelite man, until courage takes its first breath. No, the sea did not split because we feel strongly, folks. The sea splits when we move. So what does it mean for us to move? It can mean that we can learn and insist on truth, not rumor. It can mean that we expand our sources of information so we don't fall prey to the algorithm that tells us what we already want to believe. And that's on the internet, on social media, and on all those news channels and our newspapers too. It can mean that we call for transparent investigation and real accountability when force is used. It can mean we support organizations doing legal aid and humanitarian work. It means to protest, but protest safely, responsibly, honoring the dignity of every human being, even those we don't agree with, even those we are angry at, even those that might disgust you or him or her or me, whomever they are, with dignity and peace. And I want to say this carefully, especially before Kaddish. In Judaism, the way we honor our dead is not only by memory, but by responsibility. We do not say names only to feel sorrow. We say names to remind us who we are and to help change us back. So tonight, as we prepare to rise for Kaddish, I will hold in my heart Renee, Nicole Good, and Alex Pretti, and Victor Manuel Diaz, and Geraldo Lunas Campos. And I will hold the named and unknown named together. And also, as we turn to prayer, I will hold and speak the name of Ron Gvili, that final Israeli hostage, whose body is finally home, whose family finally was able to bury him in a dignified ceremony. A reminder that restoring dignity to a life is holy work. Let's try to make a promise, not of perfection, but of presence. We will not normalize cruelty. We will not stand silent. We will not sit down, but we will be upstanders. And we, with courage, will take a step into the sea. And may the Holy One, the source of life and breath, help us find our courage, help us strengthen our conscience, help guide our community and each one of us to be a light, not because we are fearless, but because we refuse to give in to fear. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will. Amen. To be in community is to think. To be in community is sometimes to disagree. To be in community is to talk. So if you agree, talk. If you disagree, let's talk. That's how we save our country. That's how we save the Jewish community. That's how we save our souls. I invite you to talk. And now,